Hello guys, welcome back. Today let's paint a beautiful watercolor seascape painting. It's kind of a paint with me kind of video. So let's begin. Take a screenshot for reference. Okay, now see the odds of this. I'm using 300 GSM watercolor paper, a round and flat brushes, 2V watercolor cakes. You can use any other cakes. The colors I used are ultramarine blue, Indian yellow, black and white. Then a jar of water, a color palette to mix these paints, a towel and a tissue. Let's begin. Start by taping the pages with a masking tape. It will give a nice crisp edges to the painting. So let's do it. Let's mark the horizon with a pencil and apply water on above the horizon, so wet the paper. So here we are going to use a wet and wet technique with ultramarine blue and Indian yellow. So start by applying the ultramarine blue on the very top of the page and stop it midway. And then take some Indian yellow and apply it in the bottom. So we are going to use a wet and wet technique, but what happened is ultramarine blue and Indian yellow when mixed together will give green. So in order to avoid that, we are going to leave some white space in between. So it will give a nice beautiful blend of two colors without creating yellow. So try it completely. Then we are going to add clouds. So I'm going to use ultramarine blue plus black. You can also use indigo if you have some. So first we are going to wet the paper. Don't apply it like I do it here. So first apply water and wet the paper and then start applying colors. So why are we doing it? Because it will allow the blending of the colors to look easy. It will avoid having that hard edges which we don't want. So be creative with the clouds here because we are not painting a hyper-realistic painting. It's kind of a semi-realistic and abstract-y kind of watercolor painting. So be creative with the clouds. So be creative with the clouds. Add some big clouds, add some small clouds here and there. So kind of give a natural feeling to the painting. And you can also add some Indian yellow clouds here and there. Make sure you are applying a darker shade below and a lighter shade above the clouds to kind of like differentiate different shapes and to give that fluffy feeling to the clouds. Okay, let's start painting the waves here. So wet the bottom of the paper here and then apply a light shade of ultramarine blue completely over the entire painting. Leave some white spaces in between to kind of give the light reflecting kind of thing. So while the paper is still wet, add a darker shade of ultramarine blue to create a wave. So add some curved lines here and there. It will give a kind of a waves, okay? So if you want a darker shade more than that, you can mix ultramarine blue and black and then apply the shapes. So make sure the page is still wet so that you don't have any hard edges and blend the waves well here and there. Need to be exact with the shape of the waves. Just add random curved waves with varying pressure to the brushes, okay? Now let's add some fine details. I'm using more of black and less of ultramarine blue to get the dark shade. I'm just applying lines exactly following the reference. You can do it so, or you can be creative with the lines also. So make sure you are applying the darker shade on above each waves, okay, to kind of elevate the look. Take it slow while applying details because details are very important to a painting. It decides the outcome of the painting. apply the waves until you get satisfied. So let's start sketching the boat outline, okay? For coloring the boat, I'm using white poster colors. You can also use white gouache. So I just mixed it with a little bit of ultramarine blue to give a light shade of blue. Like I said before, take time with adding details because details are very important to a painting. It decides how beautiful and how realistic a painting looks. So take your time while applying details, okay? So that's also the difference between a beginner artist and the artist who has some experience, because the beginner artist will look and concentrate more on the colors, and as you go on, as you get good at painting, you will start noticing and start painting details more. So I'm using black for adding some tiny details and painting some men, some boxes on the boats. If the painting is kind of tutorial is kind of fast for you, or you can't able to follow up, please let me know in the comments so that I can curate a future video just which is right for you. And also you can reduce the speed of these videos in the YouTube settings also, okay? So just paint it in whichever speed you like and in whichever speed you are comfortable. Let's add some final details here. So I'm applying some birds here and there, so kind of give the painting the more divine feeling. I like adding birds to my painting. So that's the video. If you like this video, do like, comment, share and subscribe to the channel. So see you on next video. Bye.